How the hell do you complete all 3 tales? Part 2. Okay, if you haven't watched part 1, go watch part 1 because this will make no sense. So, picking up where we left off. Around this time I have to upgrade the beacon, so I did that as soon as it came up. Then when I had explored a lot of the map, I explored all the factories. All my districts had hothouses, sawmills and industrial factories. I would only set the workers to be enough to gather exactly what I needed and did not stockpile. I'll make sure to always build more buildings than what I needed. When I would dry up my resources, I'd deconstruct and build new ones, always flanked by housing or by industrial buildings to keep them warm. I then made sure to gather the oil in the pit and set up 2 flanking industrial districts. I built pump jacks and also pharmaceutical buildings to offset the disease from building down there. I would flank this with rail hubs and fuel stockpiles. Then when I had enough parts to rebuild the IEC factory, I would link it up with the Skyway. I would work on the second tier of the generator and the capacity improvements, then deep drills, and then settlement heating, in that order. I did everything I could to make sure Civil War did not fire by keeping everyone happy. Meanwhile, I continued to build housing for refugees. Eventually I got the prompt for full day work shifts, which I accepted. Now I begin to exhaust everything I could, as I had roughly 100 weeks left before the whiteout. When I had exhausted all the resources, I'd build deep drills for the ones left. I then built industrial buildings with Panaceum factories and composite factories. I built a lot of hospitals and tried to maximise heat in my residential districts. Finally, I built up the settlements so I could stockpile more resources as well as everything I needed more of. When the whiteout hit, I had to close all my resource buildings unless I needed them and only focused on my residential buildings. This was so I could keep them at livable, but most were still cold. I made sure to seal any heat links as they happened and a lot of people died, but by the end of it I have managed to survive. So now you know.